Sanibonani Maneli, our viewers in our sports channel. The channel is called School Sports, Imdlalo Yikolo, Mtlango Yasikolo, Mtambo Yasikolo. Today I'm here with my colleague Albany Mehwe. We're having two educators from a big school. That school is known as Lamula Junior Secondary School. If you can go to the history of that school, you know what that school did here in Soweto. So we're here with them, we're going to interview them and to tell us, because we've got the challenge of school sports in township schools. It's not happening. And we are worried about that. And then now it was athletics time down there in Roriport and Field Stadium, but we didn't see most schools participating there. So we want to get those solutions that schools must participate in each and every sporting code that's given to them by the director or the district. So guys, can you, Mr. Khumbo, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Mr. Khumbo, teacher from Lamula Jubilee Secondary School. And we are the ones who are also supporting these kids. Mainly in soccer, athletics. Of course, there are other codes like netball, but some of the codes are not active. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Or working.
Okay. All right. Mr. Maneli.
I'm Mr. Maneli from Lamula Jubilee Secondary School. I'm a teacher there and a sport coordinator.
Okay. We thank you guys for introducing yourself to our viewers. Then I'll start with the first question. Maybe Mr. Khumbo will start or you will start, I don't know. Right, Mr. Khumbo, can you share a brief background about yourself, including your upbringing, education, and coaching experience?
Okay. Yeah. As a teacher, obviously, when I attended my teacher college, I was also a soccer player. And being a soccer player, when I was into teaching, I also participated in developing my coaching skills. I have a D license. But I have been coaching since 2009. Coaching Midlands High during those times of the academy for Kaiser Chiefs was still in Midlands High. Abolaki Baloy or Andy Ngabeni. Yes. No, so we participated in the Future Nations.
And Korobrik.
Under 15. Yeah.
And Korobrik.
Yes. We were participating there at one point in time when we were still at Lamula. We were playing versus you, CRG.
That game was
beating you in the finals. Lamula versus Midlands High. Beating you in the finals at Midlands Stadium. But I'm worried now, it's no longer working, the stadium. It's high time. Why is the stadium not working? Because we were supposed to be using it by now.
Okay.
So I've been coaching ever since after leaving Midlands High. It's like I came to Lamula to replace you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't work together, man.
Exactly, Mr. Khumbo.
Yeah. And, from there, we were winning some of the tournaments like Investec. After Investec, it was a challenge now in terms of getting sponsored tournaments. But I'm still into sport and willing to develop myself. But we will see as time goes on how are the things being run.
Okay. No, we think.
Basically, that's my background in terms of sports.
Okay.
Yes.
No, we thank you, Mr. Gumo, for your background. We've got a lot to talk here, Mr. Gumo. So we've got a lot to talk here. And we'll talk. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Right. And then, Mr. Albany, can you go to Mr. Maneli for it?
Yeah, Mr. Maneli. Yes. I think the background that we had from Mr. Khumbo, it's well presented. Yes. And when you join sports committee at the school, it means you have passion for it.
Yes.
Yeah. So can you give us how it happened that when you joined Lamula and you paired with Khumbo, Mr. Khumbo, what's your input in terms of sports at Lamula?
Thanks for the question. I think the reason why I paired with Mr. G, I call him G. So even when we are playing with other teams,
yes,
because he's our main coach.
Yes.
So when I joined him, I came in as an assistant coach, and I think it was only two of us, right?
Yeah.
Who were in the sports committee.
Yeah.
So it was only two of us, him as a coach, myself as an assistant coach.
Yeah.
So the reason why I had that passion to join him, it was because I saw that learners are not given enough chance to participate in sports. And I saw that the area which the school is located, there's too much talent, and these learners, they have so much to give to the people. Yes. So I just wanted to support him. In other words, that whatever he wants from those learners, because Uji loves sports too much.
Yes.
He's a sports guy too much. So I just wanted to be behind him, because as a coach alone, you cannot do everything I want.
Yeah.
So that's when I joined the sports committee. Then we also created a full committee.
Yeah. But yourself, do you have a background of playing sports?
Yes, I do. I grew up playing soccer. Then because of other reasons.
Yeah.
So then when I leave football, the time I went to varsity, I joined a team here, badminton.
Yes.
So I was playing badminton, and it's an indoor sports version of badminton.
Okay.
Then after playing badminton, I played badminton for 3 years. Playing badminton, yes. Then I was not into soccer that much, but I'm a huge soccer fan.
Yeah.
So when I came to Lamula, I saw that the sports which is dominating it's soccer.
Yeah.
So that's when I decided to join the soccer team.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Maneli, and thank you, co-host. Mr. Khumbo, coming to you again here. Want to hear a lot because I've got a challenge. Because I was expecting in January, end of January, first week of February, to see schools training for athletics.
Yeah.
But I've been moving around this sports field. I have seen no school, no primary school practice. Then how do you go to athletics without training?
Yeah, it's one of the difficult areas, athletics. Considering that normally it happens, like we are saying, January. It happens in January, just after opening.
Mr. Khumbo, I was saying I'm worried about. I heard schools are performing at Fiat Athletics. Today they're at Rojiport. But I've moved around locally. I want to see if learners are still practicing for athletics. I've seen none. What's the opinion about it?
Yeah, it's a challenge. Normally athletics cluster competitions, they come just after reopening schools. And you will find that with the pressure that we are getting from the school, classroom teaching itself, normally our managers, they don't slot in sports times or a program for sport. We are more too academic than we cannot balance it. It's rare to hear maybe principals talking of learners must go and train, and they don't even push for that to happen. We are just doing it because we have the interest to see the children running. So sometimes training is difficult. We have to wake up early to come and train these kids at Perfeni ground. The ground is out of school, so you must come and train these children. After that, after training, they are sweating, they go to classes. So when they are training, they must bring their own clothes. When they go to school, they must change, put on the uniform, and the time is limited. Maybe 45 minutes or so. By 7:45, they must be arriving at the gate.
Exactly.
So it's one of the most difficult things. We just do it sometimes because we have interest. We want to see them training, but it becomes a challenge because if you go with these learners without enough training, that's when you will experience learners are fainting. Some because they are running on foot, those bruises under the foot. The training is not enough.
But these are challenges that you want to hear, and there are many. And it's not that they are only at athletics. At the beginning, you said the sports committee curricula only 2. You see, that's where the challenge is.
That's where the challenge is.
That you cannot have a committee. The school should be around, the staff should be around 40 something. And you only have got 2. And how do you manage the whole? Codes are many. Sporting codes are many, Mr. Norman.
Yes. Otherwise, you will find out that
there are many. You got netball, you got basketball, volleyball, you got athletics, and athletics it's wide.
It's wide.
There's got basic, there's got 100 meters, 200, 5,000. It's wide. It's field events and track events. There are many. So you need almost 10 of people to manage that.
Exactly.
But having said that, I request you to bring all the challenges. Challenges might be, for instance, you mentioned Middleland Stadium, that it has, you see them?
It has collapsed.
It has collapsed. But there are many. Give us the community. How does the community support you? The school you mentioned, the management, but also the finances and learners, all these challenges, just put them on the table and let's see, so that we can move forward and resolve some of this.
Exactly.
Like you are saying,
Yes.
the starting point is the main part.
Yes.
Teachers. Nowadays, I have been saying from school, varsity, we played varsity games, played varsity games. So obviously, when he comes in a school, he have got the interest. But you will find that nowadays, teachers are no longer into sport. It's just academic. So you give them the responsibility to say, you are running with netball. It won't work. It won't work. So the challenge of manpower, you just have to sacrifice and move on. Just the interest of the kids.
The thing, what causes this is it's because maybe the head of the school is not interested in these things. Because if the head of the school is interested in this, things will go smoothly.
Yeah.
Because when you open in January, obviously you must form committees.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people just come to be the sports committee, just to write them down. After that, they've done their work.
So the head of school is also pushing to say, guys, how far with training of learners?
Exactly.
How far are you? But they will never ask. They will just leave it in our hands. So it means if I'm reluctant to say, it will just fail like that.
Last year we did form committees. All the committees which are supposed to be there at school.
Yeah.
Then sports committee, it was in one of those committees which were formed last year. So now the problem is that we have more than 8 members. No?
Yeah.
We have more than 8 members, but not all of them they are involved. Yes.
Okay.
Not all of them they are involved. So we find out that it's only 2 of us who are always there, or maybe 3 or 4 who are always there. Yes.
You know, what you're saying, I've experienced that in Lamula. He's my former learner, he will attest to that. In school, we were 8. I remember, Mr. But people who were passionate with this, it was myself and Mr. Sol. We pushed hard and said, Mr. Sol, there's netball. But ma'am, they don't want to do it. So can't we get one gentleman? We'll train these learners for him. And he go and play the tournaments. And we did that. Then Malume come. Malume said, I don't know the rules, don't worry, just to be head of them. We will support you. And exactly. You remember 2011 when Mr. Makapa was there?
Yeah.
We didn't know what that committee was played at Soweto College. I can't remember that committee. What was it? I said, no, boys are basketball.
Yeah.
I said, boys, we have basketball boys here. You go and become their head. You see? And then he did that, and he won the competition at that tournament at Soweto College. And the unfortunate part, the story was written on daily side. So Mr. Makapa didn't check that thing. So I bought that daily side, I read about him then, how they praised him, and then I showed the principal. And the principal said, he's aware of this guy, he's not aware. I'll call a meeting. And then he called the meeting and said, you know, we guys, we're doing things, but we're not aware that these things, what we're doing are so big. Yeah. We've got a teacher who's on paper but doesn't know. They started to ask who's there. And then he took the newspaper and he read it and he quoted the name. Then he was also surprised. So I understand the problem because I got that challenge at Lowly. When I arrived there was no sports. Equipments are there. Everything is there. Exactly. But teachers are elected. They will tell you we're using lift club from Sibuke. I tried that. And the school became superb. It was known everywhere. Even the district was shocked because they knew that school was not attending in sports. So guys, I know you've got a challenge, but let's try it because now I'm worried because of only private schools and academies that are sending learners to PSA. But in township schools, we've got a lot of talent. That ends there. So we want to solve this thing. Mr. Albany?
Success, let's give you a chance.
Oh, yeah. I also heard you talking about the support which you are getting from the community.
Yes.
So, how with the community we're not getting any support? Because I think the reason why we're not getting any support from the community is because nowadays, like, we are too much into academic. We're no longer into sports. So there's no way where they can support us, seeing that the school is focused on academics only. Because sports, it's not taken serious these days anymore. Not especially in public schools.
True.
But in private schools, sports is number one. Because we also see these things when we go to athletics. The time I went to Ramsey.
Yes.
Yeah,
Parents
and
coming
you'll
with
find
their children.
parents there. For the whole day, they'll be there supporting the kids.
Even fighting with the trainers.
Yeah, and fighting with the trainers.
How come that my child failed to win 100 meters?
Yeah, we are part and parcel of the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah, but any success stories, individual success stories in terms of sports, Mr. Khumbo, tournaments that you've won, and yourself, badminton success stories and how far you've went. Can't just be a coach without any success. Any success stories, individual.
A lot of success stories. A lot. We have basically, when we were playing at university, we have won a number of tournaments. When I was in Zimbabwe, there playing for the university. When I joined there, being first year, we found that our teachers' college, Belvedere Teachers' College, they were saying, in terms of soccer, the team is dead. And when I joined there with some guys doing first year, we revived the soccer team.
Exactly.
We started winning. We even went to Lesotho playing they call them what is it, TC or is it Kosa? We were playing the inter-colleges.
Okay.
So we would have beaten all the universities in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Go to Lesotho, go to Botswana.
International.
Playing at that level. And you would meet some of the professional players who were also studying, playing there. And coming here now, I have won a number of tournaments. Of course, I started coaching in Zimbabwe, rural areas, but we could revive soccer there to a certain level where we can go and participate with those schools in towns. Coca-Cola, we would participate even if they can beat us because they were not having exposure.
Exactly.
Coming here, we won CRG when I was at Midlands High. Of course, we would combine the Kaizer Chiefs development with the local players. And some of the local players managed to join Kaizer Chiefs because we were giving them that platform to say, we can't use only the development. We must also incorporate the local boys so that they must play. And even the coaches from the development, they could seem to have they are better players locally. So they ended up taking them. That's how some of them joined
Kaizer Chiefs.
Kaizer Chiefs development. But we have also won, besides CRG, while I was at Midlands High, coming to Lamula, we have won, I can say several times, in First Tech tournament, which was one of the tournaments that was a little bit organized. I think that tournament came when it was reviving the...
Exactly.
It was reviving people's interest on soccer. Even in terms of the support, you could see even the community is now starting to come to support soccer.
No, great.
We don't know
achievements, Mr. Maneli. any personal achievement?
To add to that, last year our under 19 boys, we went as far as provincial. They came to 2024.
Wow.
And we were the third placed team there.
Excellent.
That's great.
Smaller mistakes, but we could have qualified for the national. Once we were supposed to be number 2 or number 1 in our group. So we failed, but we were third placed in the province.
Excellent. Personal achievement, Mr. Maneli. I think you should also say
I think it's last year only because with football I didn't go that far.
Yes.
Also cricket. I also played cricket in primary school. I didn't go far with it. We've been tried when I was in high school again, when I went to high school, but
it's one of Bra Ishy, it's one of the codes that we need to bring here.
Exactly.
There's an oval at Rockville, El Stadium. So they are playing there, but they are grooming this young boys. Say it's some more Kentucky something.
Exactly like that.
So we'll investigate, we'll research and bring them here, so that we are brought the spread through the other codes.
We need that.
Can you also consider rugby on that one?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the sporting codes.
Yeah, all the sporting codes. Yeah, it's fun.
Because
So
now we have a challenge, but we have already approached the district officials to say our school, we now have a number of rugby players. So we need to join their league.
Yes.
And they were saying we must go and register with Lions.
Yes.
At one point I don't know what it led that, because they had said we must start with under 16, under 17, 16 rugby. So up to now, learners are still pushing. How far? And I can see we are depriving them. They want, but we are depriving them.
The things with rugby, you'll go far because I know it's started by Mr. Tara. So Lions, they know Mr. Tara and Lamula, they know because most learners, they went there. And there's a team of practicing at university there.
That's why they are practicing.
So you've got a huge chance that if you have them, they go and train there, they represent the school, then you win. Right. Before we close up, guys, I just want to ask this silly question. How do you balance coaching with other aspects of your life?
Because we are interested. It's out of interest. So sometimes you end up ignoring certain things.
Yes.
Like there are things that we do part-time.
Yes.
Maybe I want to go and teach a child an extra maths extra lesson.
Exactly.
I end up cancelling because I'm alone. I'm with Mr. Maneli, but I cannot leave him. To say, let me rush that side. I can't. So some of the things we end up cancelling for the interest of developing the children.
Exactly.
I cannot afford to lose a match. Like now, yesterday I was stressed. We've already announced it to the boys to say we have a tournament coming at Night Center. Kasila. So we are one of the teams that will be playing under 15 boys.
Okay.
So we are busy building the team. So some of the things, even if I have something to do, I end up just cancelling. Just for the sake of
this.
It's all about passion.
It needs passion.
It's all about passion.
Okay.
Mr. Maneli, how do you balance your coaching life with other aspects of life?
It's all about patience.
Yeah.
And loving what you do, what you're doing. And sacrificing, yes. Sacrificing, yes.
Yeah, true.
Like, sometimes we find out that we're supposed to have afternoon classes, or the school is still on, and we have to teach.
Yes.
Then we ended up, more especially myself with G. So sometimes we just call each other and say, G, no, I think when now you have to go, then me now I'll come. I'll come after work. She will say, no, we're going to bed. I said, no. They will complain here, man. They will be saying that we have left the class so early. No, even sports is part of extra curriculum. Yes. So that's how I do it.
But it's difficult to balance.
It's sometimes it's difficult to balance.
You end up going into your own pocket.
It's huge.
And the budget.
Sometimes you're playing from zone 5, you're in zone 10. When you are driving there, and you can You can load 15 players in your car. You don't have any option. 15
Yeah, so
players.
sometimes we do.
You are no longer worried about the
We
smartness.
do search
of
our
this.
pockets.
Yeah,
just to just
because
to
we
make
have learners,
yeah.
maybe some are from Snake Park.
Snake Park.
I know.
And the learner is playing soccer. You finish, maybe it's 5:30. You end up taking your money
It's a song.
or driving to Snake Park, drop the learner, come back, or giving the learner that money. You can't claim it from the
No, that's the duty of the coach.
Yeah.
You won't run away from that.
Yeah, but
I won't
it's
run.
very, very hard to balance.
I know. Yeah, it's very.
But Bra Ishy, towards the end, I think we must also try and assist in terms of how you should present.
Yeah.
At schools, there's a budget meeting the year before. 2024. There was a budget meeting. And in this budget meeting, you are given a chance to present, to say, please draft the budget as a committee and present. And normally you put the figures, then say 50,000 for the whole year, but you must appropriate those figures accordingly. The following year, what you do, you for whatever trip or whatever sporting outing you're going to have, even if there's no money, even if the principal doesn't give you money, but you prepare a for yourself.
Yeah.
You see that? And you say this is for 500 rand for transport, this is for food, this is for... You pay and you go and you submit. You write 3 letters, one for your committee, one for the principal, one for the SGB. And that works wonderfully. I used to do that, and I used to get... I would spend 3,500. You see that? I would spend 1,200. But the school would give me because the money was spent, and yes, proof. Documents must always be there. You attach those receipts, or this is what I got, this is the transport money, and the school will definitely pay.
Yeah, some principals have always doubt that. Like now, when they presented the 2024 budget, it's like sports was... they were saying you must budget, you must... Sport is not part of the budget. You must fundraise. So when it's being presented like that, it's like you must fundraise. How are we going to fundraise to get all those amounts that we want to run sports?
No.
But obviously, I think it's whatever the terminology that they were using in finance. But
I wanted to come that I know.
With the
those
we had so many colleagues. We went to Bra Ishy.
Complaining.
We were having athletics meeting.
Yes.
Then a lot of colleagues were complaining about the sports, because the issue which they raised, it was the one issue which that guy raised. I forgot the name of the school. He said the principal asked him, where is he going to get money for sports? But now we know that money for sports is there at the school. Yes. But the way you were saying it, he said the principal said, no, you have to fundraise for the funds. But we know that the funds are there. Because even ourselves at Lamula, we don't struggle with the funds. The funds are always there, and the school supports.
I know that's a tricky.
challenge, because some of the things you go and present, and they might not be well versed with how you are running it.
Yes.
Like after playing, if these boys, you give them soccer jerseys, say, go and wash them. They are gone.
It's good.
They are gone. No matter what pressure that you put on them, they are gone.
You won't get it.
So we collect, we wash by ourselves. Buy soap, yes, we can claim that. But sometimes I can't wash alone. Maybe I don't have a washing machine. I will hire someone to say wash. So those are some of the budgets that needs to be done to make sure every month there must be something for sport.
No, guys, we thank you. We're still going to meet they call them sports what? Conveners from district.
Okay.
They will try to get the solution about these things.
And another challenge which we have, the one which we were complaining about last year, because last year when we were playing our games, last year we played so many games. So the games which we were playing last year, then and we had to take boys to practice and other stuff, preparing for the tournaments. So we had so many players who were in grade 12.
Yes.
So it was a challenge, man, when we go to those classes to fetch them. It was a serious challenge.
Some teachers will literally say, they want learners to
we want learners to.
And now we are saying, there's no way we have participated in sports at varsities at school. It never happens that a learner can fail or what, but I think we had more than 7 grade 12.
Yeah, we had more than 7.
Team.
Yeah,
That's the whole team.
But we still got 100%.
Yeah. No, the thing is, Mr. Khumbo, let me help you in that way. I think nowadays they're trying to shift things to academy. So, but I understand their motive why they're doing this. The thing is, when you have a learner from grade 8, 9, 10, and 11, that's fine. Forget about grade 12s because you have a challenge. But the thing is, some teachers, they believe much of the previous learners from grade 11, they want them, and of which for you is impossible because you won't get them. So hence, most of the things in sports, concentrate in grade 8 and 9. Even this under 19, go with them. Go with it.
It's one thing which I was discussing with him as we were coming that
work around it.
You know,
this year let's forget about the grade 12.
I used to do that.
Focus on this one.
Under 15 from Lamula is the one that won a tournament in Zone 10 with big guys.
But our challenge now is this thing of restricting age groups to say you are under 15, you can't play under 17.
Yeah, you know that thing.
There are learners who are playing under 15 fit very well go under 17.
So what's the challenge there?
Under 17 fits very well go under 19.
But no, you know why?
That's hence the reason why you see in some countries we have players at 17 is already playing
for national team.
No.
But even those learners who were in grade
so I think
we'll
be suppressing them somehow.
Bra Ishy, this conversation will continue. There's a lot. You can see there's a lot of issues that we are raising here. But I think our aim is to take all these challenges and address them with go and delay the But can we thank Mr. Khumbo and Mr. Maneli for coming and opening up? We wish it could take 2 hours, but we know time constraints, especially at work. We thank you. Sports podcast, school sports podcast. Every time already. Mitshameko ya dikolo, and then we beat some Bra Ishy with Bra Ishy.
I think we should also invite you when we play. Like next week Saturday, you must be there.
So in fact, today our appointment after you was to go to Rodiport. To go and there you find many coaches and interview around. But we thank you, gentlemen. Thanks a lot. Next time you'll find water. Our sponsor here will today it was unfortunate. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
No, I thank you guys. I thank you. I think you go well, guys. We thank you for impact of it. Then I will see where we go. But immediately when it comes out, it's like and subscribe to YouTube and TikTok. Most of us. Especially